We named this award after our longtime chairman, the late Perry Dick Swanson, who was really the ultimate humanitarian. Last year's honoree, first honoree, was the late Nadine Bogner, who was also an amazing humanitarian and was always filled with grace and kindness. I know her family is here tonight. This year's humanitarian award goes to Joe Curtin. Joe certainly exemplifies the definition of a humanitarian. Joe has actually been one of the architects of this event, but he has been incredibly supportive of my research fund, not just personally, but actually recruiting others. More importantly, though, Joe has become a very close friend and trustworthy confidant to so many of us here tonight. Again, just a brief video, and then I'd like to call Joe up.
I'm Judy Shaw on the floor of the New York Stock Exchange with Joe Curtin, Chairman, President, and CEO of TMS International. Joe, thanks for joining me.
Thanks, Judy. I'm glad to be here.
Tell me about your company.
We're an industrial service company, primarily focused on steel mills around the world. We have 82 sites.
To say Joe Curtin is a successful businessman would certainly be an understatement. While he knows how to lead a global company, his true passion goes far beyond the business boardroom.
Yeah, we've all had success in business, and we can be proud of that, and we should be proud of it. But to see research that's taking place here and to see the results and how it's affecting so many people.
Before we get into details about Joe's support of Dr. Marks and his research, we thought you should know a little bit about Joe Curtin, the father and the grandfather.
He guided the way for us in terms of, sports when we were little kids and education, and just always lit a path and always guided us in the right direction, never making us do anything we didn't want to do. But it's one of those typical things like, you look back 10 years and, oh yeah, Dad was right. And he's fun to be around. He's very simple. He likes to go on walks. He likes to go to the park. He likes to get ice cream. Nothing fancy.
Can you?
Joe Curtin's dedication to family is special, and his loyalty to friends will cover a lifetime. In fact, Joe's best friend since childhood is Bill Pope. From kindergarten through high school to Joe's days playing football for Pitt. Through all the years, the two have remained as close as brothers. Now that Pope has retired as a school superintendent and has trouble due to medical issues, the one friend who's always there when he needs help most is Joe Curtin.
Thanks for what you do for me, and I will look forward to our relationship growing on and being able to achieve things that I wouldn't be able to achieve if I weren't your friend.
We went to Elroy School in Brentwood, and they put the groups together for a trip to Heinz to tour the factory. It was the first time I met him. We've been close friends ever since. And when he got sick in the early 90s, it wasn't as obvious as it is now, because he was functioning up through the early 2000s. But there's a few people in your life, a handful of people in your life that you get to know, and they're like family to you, and Pope was one of them. I think my parents liked him better than they liked me, and his parents liked me better than they liked him.
Tonight we honor Joe for his latest passion in life, doing all he can to help Dr. Marks on his mission to find a cure.
When you look around, and I've said this at these meetings for years now, there's not probably one of us that doesn't have cancer in their family somewhere. And when you realize the progress that they've made, it's just an incredible effort. And I like to know that, and the people here should know that the money that they're donating here outside of the expenses that we have for the dinner and the golf outing, 100% goes to the research. You know, there's no middleman here. And so that got my attention. And just knowing the man and knowing his commitment just makes him very special to me.
Without question, the special one here tonight is Joe Curtin.
My dad is so deserving of, he gives his heart in everything that he does. Nothing that he does isn't 100%. So for him to be awarded this is very much deserved.
I'd like to call up Joe Curtin. Joe? The 2019 Humanitarian Award. Joe Curtin.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. It's truly an honor and a privilege to have had the past 14 or 15 years to work and get to know Stanley better. I don't think I can say it any better than Bob said it a few minutes ago. Stanley Marks is truly a special man. He cares. He said we cry. I suffer from the same issue. Especially at times like these. But what we have done and what we hope to do going forward is incredible. And by the way, it's, you know, I'm very touched to receive this, but you can't do it by yourself. And one of the things that we have had over the years is incredible committees, starting with Dick Swanson, his son David now, Pat Gallagher, some of the people that have been around for a long time. We have incredible committees that work almost year-round and try to do things and pull things together. I remember, as Stanley said, you know, when we were at $200,000-$300,000, we didn't think we could go much higher. I don't know about you, Stanley, but I'm looking at $1 million now, and I'm hoping that we can do it. And the big thing, it's not just the committees, it's all of you, because so many of you are here year after year and keep coming back. And I think we're even drawing larger crowds now that we're centrally located here at the stadium, and it's really a beautiful thing. And I would ask all of you to try to bring your friends into this. The cause is worthwhile. You know, we've all seen it, friends, family members that unfortunately are afflicted with cancer. So please keep supporting, keep being generous, and bring people with you, because I think we can increase the group. I know Stanley gets nervous because Jimmy Sacco and I were talking about getting a tent over the field so that we could handle more than 400 people. But we look forward to it. Thank you for the award. I appreciate it. And thank you for all of you for coming.